Today we're going to talk about why League of Legends is dying. To me, this has always been fairly obvious. I've heard people talk about this, but they always seem to get very distracted, or they seem to not really understand what dying means and how it happens. So this game is a prominent esport, and that seems to be just fine with the developers, but what they're not seeing is how the actual community feels. And the community means a lot more than like the pro players and the content creators, the big content creators, because that overall is maybe like a few hundred people, and millions of people play this game. The people playing solo queue, whether they be low elo or high elo, they matter a lot more. There are a way huger percentage of people playing this, and they're the ones that strongly feel this is dying. Even though content creators also agree, the key part of a game, like a competitive online game, is ranked play. Now, a game can exist without it, but it exists in a totally different way, right? Like, there's a reason that Halo went from the game's Halo went from being one of the biggest esports in North America to an absolute joke that no one cares about. Think of a current Halo professional player. Can you name one? You probably can't. And if you can, one that's active today, they probably did something big in like Halo 2, Halo 3, maybe even Halo Reach. And that's why you know about them. The game has fallen off completely, and that has happened because no one cares. No one can connect to watching people play it because no one's actively playing these games online, and they're not playing it in a competitive way because that has been taken away from them. They took ranked right out of Halo, starting with Halo Reach. They're just like, nope, this really cool 1 to 50 ranking system that like people actually care about, have fun with, has built this community. Let's just take that away, and we sometimes will claim we'll give it back, but we never actually do. So the difference between it's actually the difference between League of Legends and Halo that I think is very critical here, because Halo, the majority of the ranked playlists were 4v4, and that's the issue that League of Legends has, right? So two issues every League of Legends player complains about. First off is loser's queue. Loser's queue is sometimes the game will decide you need to lose. Your rank is higher than it should be. Things aren't matching up here. You need to lose. So we're going to give you, for who knows how long, could be 10 matches, could be 15 matches. We're going to give you the worst teammates we can possibly give you. We're going to give you no chance of winning. You're going to have teammates who are intentionally just feeding the enemy team kills. And in a game like this where it's so snowbally, that just guarantees you lose. Which kind of really, that right there goes into the other issue, right? So playing that, having to deal with that, is going to be insanely frustrating, right? You're not going to have fun when you just repeatedly, for 15 games in a row, have the most garbage teammates the game can pull out of nowhere. Just people who are like ranked far below you, just doing a horrible job. And this stuff is important because even if the player continues to play on occasion, they're having this horrible experience, right? It's going to make them not care about ranked overall as a concept, right? Not only is it going to make them not care about their own individual ranking and their own individual climb, it's going to make them not care about their friends doing the same thing. Like, everyone can see what's happening here, right? When so many people have seen these content creators online talk about this game, and a lot of what they talk about is your absolute necessity to abuse the systems. They literally will talk about how high elo players abuse the systems, how they're playing a game outside of the game, right? Talking about how serious you need to take champ select and all these little things that really shouldn't be a core part of the game, right? Like, having this, I shouldn't have to study the meta to like have a fun experience in ranked and like climb. I shouldn't have to dodge and like manipulate the champ select system to such a degree that it actually has a major impact on my playing of the game, because that's not fun. Nobody likes that. Nobody wants to do that, and having to do that diminishes what it means to get at a high rank, right? it devalues it. No one cares about it, and that's one reason why. But a huge difference. When I would play Halo at the top ranked, it was 4v4, baby. And so I had a way bigger impact on each and every game that I played. And every player who plays League of Legends ranked, who plays solo queue, talks about the same thing, whether they're low elo or high elo. They have the exact same issue where they feel like they have little impact on the result of their games, because they don't, because it's 5v5, because they're one of 5 teammates. It is so much harder to carry 4 bad teammates in League of Legends than it is to carry 3 bad teammates in Halo. Because 3 bad teammates in Halo, they're not gonna like go into this like psychotic lunatic thing where they're just feeding kills and making the game basically unplayable, like extremely unwinnable. Like, you could have one player pop off in Halo and gain map control for his entire team, and it like actually means something. Whereas if your teammate's doing bad in League, then that means there's an enemy that's just becoming this unstoppable force, right? So the fact that every single player feels that they wish they had a larger impact on each and every game that they play of League shows that there would be like, how you give that to each and every player at the same time is you make them a larger percentage of the team. That makes the whole experience a lot more rewarding, because you are actually having a larger impact. You aren't having coin flip games won or lost based off just the mindset of your teammates that it randomly gives you. I think they should get rid of one of the solo lanes. It wouldn't change the core gameplay very much at all. It would still be the same game. It would just be a lot more fun. Your rank would be a lot more dependent on your individual skill than it currently does, and that would make everyone care a lot more about their rank, and thus everyone else's rank. It would actually be bragging rights to be top rank. It would fix nearly every issue that exists with this game, and it would stop it from dying. This game is a prominent esport, but I could see it not being that in 5 years from now. I think we all see kind of a trend going on. It's just a lot of people don't see how to fix it. They just haven't had that experience in other games. And when you think about it, you probably have had that experience in other games. You just haven't really analyzed the difference or seen how it could exist in League. And it absolutely could. Peace out.